In here, a popular vacation destination for Swedes all over the country. The weather is perfect. Right down a short walk from the venue here, there are tons of shops. You can get gelato from probably 5 different places, tons of coffee, great restaurants. So if you can, come on down, visit Båstad. It is really a cool location. We're just about ready to go here with heat number 1 of day 2. We're starting with the electric challenge. Here they are doing their warm-up lap. So these guys are running electric motors. That's why it's so quiet. We're saving the environment with our electric surfboards here in this class. For the electric class, we have Lucas Zahorski from the Czech Republic. We have Sebastian Lux from Germany. We have Jano Vankersblik from Belgium. We have Michael Ular, also from the Czech Republic. And we have Fabian Kusch from Germany. So right now they're getting into formation. To come around here, they need the judges to okay their formation. And once they get the okay to go, then they will start their first heat of the day. Looks like they're underway. All right, we're going to see who is in the lead. I'm assuming it's number 1 since we have not seen any passes yet. All right, in the first 2, they decide to take the different splits. But Jano coming in second, he had a little bit of a issue there in the chicane. Once I get a look at their shorts and numbers, I'll tell you who's who here. The wind is offshore today. Yesterday evening, it was blowing basically the exact opposite way. So I don't know how much that's going to mess with them or not. Hopefully it stays pretty calm out there for them. So we got number 1, Lucas Zahorski, still out front. Number 2 is in second. That is Sebastian Lux. They're coming around to come back into the split here. Lucas takes the left side. Sebastian takes the right side. Everybody seems to be... Lucas, I believe, just missed... This must be their warm-up because he just missed a buoy. Doesn't seem to be worried about it.
It's starting to be a bit confusing, but no problem, ladies and gentlemen. We can tell you how it is. So, the leader of the race is still Lucas Zahorski from Czech Republic.
So Lucas is still leading the race. However, like I said, he did miss that buoy, so I don't know how that's going to affect him.
And after that, there is also Fabian Kusch from Germany. So 2 German riders.
Everybody decided to skip this one buoy in front of me. So I don't know how that's going to work for the overall results. Remember, we also have 2 long laps. You have to go out and do 2 long laps, which it looks like our leader Lucas is doing. And Sebastian followed him as well. So they're trying to get their long laps out of the way. And third place also followed them over there. So our first 3 people are playing follow the leader, making sure they take care of their long laps at the same time. I guess it's a little bit easier to keep track of kind of what your distance is compared to the guy in front of you when you just stay with them versus kind of taking off and going in the second direction. Once again, Lucas taking the left-hand side. I feel like the course is different because nobody's hitting that middle buoy here.
Next lap with Sebastian Lux behind his back.
All right, so we still got Lucas Zahorski, Sebastian Lux, who seems to be reeling in our leader here. Lucas definitely cannot afford any mistakes at the moment.
For the next race, I would like to call
What we're going to
all
see now is
teammates
if they
and
take
especially
their long
Usain
lap this time.
should be getting ready because we will continue
But
with
I
your
assume that
category.
Sebastian's going to basically shadow Lucas this whole time. That way he can, keep track of him. Again, it's also easier. If you can see the guy in front of you and the pace that they're doing, it's a little bit easier to keep up with or even
In juniors
catch and
category,
pass
Adam
them.
Kolář, Sebastian Kostelecký, Kristýna Hrdková, Sára Žuborová, Ryder Savangvan, Barbara Kolářová, Oliver Wolf, and Natálie Uhlárová.
So far, the leaders have only done one of their long laps. They need to do two before this moto is over. This is a 5-lap race, so within 5 laps, they got to do 2 of the longer laps.
So this is the clear signal for all the riders that they are entering the last lap of the
I'm
race.
very interested about this
After the finish,
buoy in
we
front of
will
me.
continue with
We're getting on to the last lap
category.
now, so let's see. Our 2 leaders here are still neck and neck. Sebastian is still putting some pressure onto Lucas, and there it is. There's their second long lap. They're taking it on the last one.
The flag is ready, and ladies and gentlemen,
So at least they're getting both of their long laps in. No
because Lukáš
time
Zahorský
penalties
is
for any of
in
that.
first position. He
So
is
now if
now
you do miss a long lap, what they do is they just
lap
add on the time
to be there.
that lap is longer than your normal time. So say it's a 10-second loop, they're going to add that on. Coming around here through the split is your leader, Lucas Zahorski.
After two buoys and a finish,
So it looks like he's going to easily take the win.
ladies and gentlemen, the winner of first Jet Surf Electric
Lucas
race,
Zahorski gets the win.
Zahorský from Czech Republic.
Second place
On the second place
is Sebastian Lux.
and on the
Jeno
third place,
Bankersblick in
from
third.
Belgium.
Michael Ular in fourth. And Fabian Kusch in fifth. So there you go for your electric challenge. So that's the quietest race you're going to have here.
In a few moments,
Right, the rest of them we're going to hear some two-stroke singing.
and we will do group
I know in
first.
motocross everybody loves the two-stroke sound.
With,
Very
number 2,
reminiscent of the 90s. So we're going to get the two strokes cranked up for the second race of the day, which is going to be
Natálie Uhlárová. Guys, please get ready because it's time now to jump into the water.
all right. Now we're going to come up with juniors Group A. All right, so juniors Group A, we got Adam Kohler, Sebastian Kostelecky, Kristina Herbrova, Sarah Zabrova, Ryder Swangawan, Barbara Kolarova, Oliver Wolf, and Natalie Ularova. So again, this is juniors. I believe the oldest you can be in juniors is 16. And then once you hit 16, maybe 16 is the age where you jump up to, from girls to women's, or from juniors to, I would assume the stock class would be your entry point into, actually stock R. Stock rookie would be your entry into the adult classes. And the stock class, basically everybody has one manufacturer where they can buy the motor from, and that is classified as the stock motor for all the competitors. So the playing field is really even for those guys and gals, which I think is good. It kind of takes money out of the equation. You know, if you basically have more money to build a faster engine, then that's obviously an advantage. And we've taken that away here, so it's who has the best technique and endurance. Because it for sure is an endurance sport. I would imagine your feet and calves probably get very tired trying to control that board, make all these little adjustments. It's definitely not just standing on a board and hitting the throttle. Although that sounds fun. Everybody out here warming up for their first ride of the day. So the juniors, like I said, is just age class. There are boys and girls in here. So it's good. Everybody gets to compete together. And again, they also have to use a specified engine in their boards to keep everybody on an even playing field. I just had, assuming, the youngest competitor ride by the booth here, and they were very small. It's very impressive. So in first, position number 1, wearing the number 1 shorts is Adam Kolar. Number 2 is Sebastian Kostelecki. Number 3 is Kristina Herbova. Sarah Zubarova is wearing the number 4. Ryder Swangwan is wearing the number 5 shorts. And Barbara Kolarova is wearing the number 6 shorts. And of course, 7 and 8, we have Oliver Wolf and Natalie Olarova. Uh-oh, we got to... Oh, no, as they went to start, somebody fell down in the back there. Let's see if they recall this one and restart it, or if they're letting them go. Right now, it looks like they're going. All right, they're coming into the split here. Our leader takes the right side. Oh, and they get squirrely. First and second got squirrely and went down. That would be Adam Kolar and Sebastian Kostelecki, both in the water. So that's definitely going to be a big shakeup for this class. Leading, need to get a sight on their shorts. But leading, I want to say it's Christina. So everybody has one throw away from their heats. They are collecting points towards the final, but you do have a throwaway moto. So hopefully for Adam and Sebastian, they can throw this one away and have some cleaner motos. All right, we got the official coming out here, waving the flag. I don't know if we're just restarting. Does the race start over from 1? Oh, that was just a warm-up. So that was not even a race. That was their practice start and first lap. I think everybody got excited in that class in the juniors and just kept going because you're just supposed to do one practice lap and then stop. So I think everybody was just fired up. There you go, number 4, waving at the camera. That is Sarah Zubarova. She knows what's up. She's like, oh, there's the camera. Let me wave at it. Must be the drone flying out there over the water.
This time for
So
Rio.
here we go. This is the real start. We're getting everybody lined up.
The race for 5 laps.
They're going to come back around, and the officials are going to give them the green flag, hopefully, and we'll get this race underway. So that's good for Adam and Sebastian, who kind of had a little spills during that race. So at least that was just a practice race. All right, let's see. And they are starting it. So the formation was good for the start.
During the first straight of the race.
The first 4 there, all in a line. Let's see who comes around here with the lead. Number 1 has the lead still, Adam Kohler. But he has a little bobble there on the right side, and it looks like, yep, Sebastian Kostelecki takes the lead. Now they're going side by side. This is the best action we've seen so far. This is the most battling. The junior is not disappointing. So now all 4 of these guys, at least the first 3 for sure, you cannot make a mistake because everybody's too close. You're definitely going to lose a spot. So here we're watching Adam Kohler in the lead. No, he should be in second. So everybody's looking nice and smooth. The goal here now, you got to keep your corners nice and rounded. Don't lose any momentum. And certainly don't make a mistake as the pack is staying tight. Our leader takes the right side of the split. Second place takes the left side. Oh, and another pass. Number 2 is in the lead now. That is Sebastian Kostelecki. But they're side by side again. This is a great race. Sebastian is leading Adam Kohler. Any mistake by our leader, and they're going to have to deal with second place here. Look at this. First 4. All right, second's reeling the leader in, so now Sebastian's going to have to deal with some pressure here. Now remember, they also have 2 long laps, so let's see when they take the long laps. They have 5 laps total and 2 long laps. So far, our top 3 have not bothered with the long laps. Whoa, Sebastian barely saving it. Here we're watching Sebastian with the number 2 on his shorts, leading this race. Just got to be consistent, no mistakes. Oh, we got a guy down out there. Marshall's flagging it. Number 1 and 2, again, right here in a row. Still no long laps for our leaders. Oh, there you go. 1 and 2 are taking the long lap. No, 1 did not. He's staying on his short lap. That's Adam Kohler. But we do have Sebastian taking his long lap. And number 3, Christina Herbrova. They're getting their long laps out of the way. Both of them very smooth, consistent. Look at this, shredding this little chicane deal here. That's about as clean as I've seen anybody get through there. So we're going to see how it works out with the long lap, short lap. Make sure Adam gets his long laps in. still leading the race, number 2, Sebastian Kostelecki. But number 2, Kristina Herbrova, is not letting him go. So once again, this whole race, basically, you're going to have to stay consistent as this group is tight. So we're on the last lap of the race. There you go, shredding that turn. So in the lead, we got Sebastian Kostelecki. Second place, we have Kristina Herbrova. Third place, we have Adam Kohler. Ryder Swangawan in fourth. Sarah Zabrova in fifth. And Oliver Wolf in sixth. So here, right here in front of the booth, shredding the tight part of the course. Keeping the lead. Number 2, Adam Kohler. Provided he does not fall right here, he's got the win. There you go. Tightest race of the weekend. We got 1-2 within a second. Adam Kohler had a little bit of issues. He looks like he's coming around there in third. Still not bad for having some trouble during the race there. Man, you cannot mess up in the juniors class. Everybody's so tight. That was really good. That's just Group A of the juniors. So we got Group B coming out as well. Right here we're watching number 7, Oliver Wolf. Just finishing out his moto here. Good job for everybody in the juniors class. Water is staying pretty calm, given there is a slightly stronger breeze than there was yesterday, but it's still not getting the rolling waves that we had yesterday, so it's still better conditions than it was in the evening. These juniors making it happen. Oh no, we got somebody down. Leash is wrapped around the buoy. They got it untangled. Ready to go. We're getting ready for juniors Group B. Again, Group 1 winner was Sebastian Kostelecki. Second place was Kristina Herbkova. Sorry, I've been saying that wrong the whole time. Third place, Adam Kohler. And now, coming up in Group B, we have Lucas Schneider from the Czech Republic, wearing the number 1 shorts. Wearing the number 2 shorts, Laura Markova, also from the Czech Republic. Wearing number 3 shorts, Rosalia Janora from Poland. Wearing number 4, Mikolas Kostelecki from the Czech Republic. From Austria, wearing the number 5 shorts, Leo Krachovic. Bill. Sure, I messed that one up. Wearing the number 6 shorts, Maximilian Herska. And wearing number 7 shorts, Isabella Kurjaskova. So there you go. She is from the Czech Republic as well. So juniors, Group B, Heat 1, Day 2, Round 3. A lot of numbers. A lot of numbers there. We're getting everybody over there ready, suited up. Make sure they're good to go for this moto race, heat, whatever you want to call it. Coming from dirt bikes, I like to call them motos. And this is MotoSurf, so I feel like that's fitting. Here's a shot of the shoreline here in Båstad, Sweden. It's still kind of early in the morning. The crowd Not as big as it was in the afternoon yesterday, so still lots of people out here enjoying the weather, enjoying the breeze. We do have a slightly brisk breeze, but it's about 70 degrees. I mean, this is, people like to complain if the weather is too cold or too hot, and it's like, I would say this is just about perfect. You can wear pants, you can wear shorts. You know, it's like you're not boiling, you're not cold. It's right, it's perfect. It's the perfect temperature. Here, I don't know how about the water is. Need to test the water out. 70 something is not, I feel like it needs to be warmer for the water to feel good. All right, so coming out here, Group B of the juniors coming out, getting their little bit of morning warm-up in. So now everybody scores points for these races. You score points for each one of your heats. Your points do add up towards your main event finish as well. You have 4 heats. 1 is a throwaway, so you can throw your lowest score away. So you can make a mistake. You'd obviously rather it not happen in your first moto, so that way you lock in a couple of scores, and then if you have an issue later on, that's fine. But I like to get enough chances so that if you do have one mistake, it's not really the end of your day or weekend. So here we got them doing their warm-up laps, or parade lap. Although parade laps are usually so you can go and look at the course and be like, the course changed, where this is water, it's always changing. It's never going to be the same from just one lap to the next. So they're definitely dealing with ongoing conditions. And even as I talked to Martin yesterday, just even following people, that little wake that they makes it more difficult to ride versus being in, you know, open water by yourself. So there's definitely a lot of things that these athletes are dealing with. Weather, water, competitors, conditioning. One thing they're not worried about, again, is the temperature here. It's probably nice for the racers, not super hot. We're not getting overheated or anything. This is probably prime condition. This is about as cold as you would want it to do a water sport, I would say. So I think we're right in the perfect window of temperature. All right, we've gotten everybody lined up. Remember, they're going to do a practice start, so they're going to come around in formation and practice their starting technique. Poor number 7 here, Isabella, the only person in the second row. You know, like, just put her in the front. All right, here's our practice start and first lap. Everybody's looking good. Into the split. Lucas Schneider's looking amazing so far in his practice run. Looked really good in that tight little chicane section in front of the booth here. And that, I'm going to say, is one of the key parts to this course, just because it's so much tighter. And you really need to be able to cut your lines in close to the buoys to keep some short lap times. It's so tight that people end up swinging around, having to like loop around and making it, you know, like turn harder than they normally would. So people that can put this little section together definitely add an advantage. Let me tell you, the wind is definitely a little bit of a factor here. Our tent's flapping around. It's got to be affecting these riders. We got a floppy tent right now. So here we go. We're coming around for our real start. We got everybody in formation. Hopefully they're tight enough. There you go. 6 and 7 showed up just in time. I say they're going to start it. This is my prediction. I think the formation looks good. 2 hands up. What does that mean? Sounds like that means no good. No good. They're making them circle around. I was wrong. My guess was wrong. I thought that would have been good enough. I saw some yesterday where I was like, I don't think they're going to start that race. And then they did. So apparently, I don't know what the starting formation is supposed to look like yet. I can tell you the wind is definitely picking up more and more. It's interesting, we're not getting the waves like we did yesterday, and I guess that's because of maybe the hill in the back there is kind of changing the way the wind's coming across here. I know that when it was coming inland yesterday, it created waves like pretty fast, and today it's still breezy, but it's not like upsetting the water quite as much. So I'm assuming that mountain over there is kind of you know, pushing the wind up a little bit, and it's not like getting quite as rough. Although our camera angle looks rough. It's not as rough as yesterday. I'm also not MotoSurfing, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's as rough, and it just doesn't look like it from my booth. Here we go. Start is underway. First 2 are neck and neck. Looks like it's going to be another tight one. So far today, juniors delivering the action. We've had some breakaways in the other classes, but the juniors seem to be keeping it tight. Oh, we got number 1 out front, Lucas Schneider. We got number 2 in second, Laura Markova. All right, first, Lucas is starting to stretch his lead out a little bit, finishing lap 1. Now he's just got to keep it together, keep his lines nice and smooth, and not make any mistakes. Ooh. Second place, getting a little bit squirrely. That is Laura Markova. I like that it's guys and girls in this. When you're a little bit younger, the boys haven't quite developed that much faster yet, so it's really a very even playing field between guys and girls when you're at this level, or age, I should say. Oh, Laura saving one. Definitely got on that back edge a little bit hard, kept it up. That just means Lucas Schneider extends his lead. You can see Laura really wanted to keep up with him. And look at this, another Mercedes-Benz emblem on these boards. Ah, I'm very jealous. It's just a cool sponsor, Mercedes-Benz. Lucas now has a huge lead. So there you go. Lucas did not make a mistake. Laura Markova behind him did. Got himself a couple of second lead. He can relax now and just put in the laps. He cannot forget to go and do his long laps, which he's doing right now. Laura follows him, so our first 2 going out for their long laps. Getting that taken care of. There you go. This little guy right in front of me is awesome. I want to see the number on his shorts because he's like 3 feet tall and just shredding. I could not see the shorts, but it was awesome. Who is down? Is that our leader? Yup, our leader went down. Lucas Schneider went down. That means Mikolas Kostelewski is in first. We've got carnage all over the place. Maybe these guys and gals are getting tired and making some mistakes. So now our running order is Mikolas Kostelewski, Rosalia Janora, Lucas Schneider, Isabella Krajewskova, Laura Markova, who was in second up until just recently, and we got Leo in sixth, Maximilian in seventh. So Mikolas staying consistent, keeping it on two wheels, and now leading the race. He's got to be pumped. Remember, everybody's got to make their long laps. They got 2 long laps. Mikolas Kostelewski still in the lead. Oh no, somebody else down in the water. Definitely fatigue. Waves and fatigue are taking their toll. All right, let's see if we're... All right, Lucas Schneider has moved back into the lead, making moves. He can't be stopped, even after a fall. Is that Lucas taking his second long lap there? I think so. Oh, who is this in front of me? Number 6, Maximilian Herska. Number 2 is riding by me here waving. That's Laura Markova. So there you go, your finish positions for Heat 2 of the juniors is Lucas Schneider after a fall, Mikolas Kostelewski. So apparently we have a red flag. Man, that was a lot of the laps done to then red flag it. So there you go, somebody's got a dead board. I see someone towing another board back with them. Hopefully everybody's all right and it was just a mechanical there. And now I'm not sure on the ruling, so does this count as a moto done, or are they... I can't imagine on the last lap it gets red flagged and then they're going to run the whole race again. So I would imagine that the positions they were in will be their finish positions. How nice of Leo Kracheville to pull back his competitor's board. I'm sure these guys are, you know, competitors, but they're friends, traveling the world, competing against one another. You have a certain bond, even if it's like you don't necessarily like the person at the time because they're your competitors, but... So here's a good look of our little racers village, and then back to the right there you can see the start of the restaurants and shops. There's a lot of shopping down there. Like I said, you can get gelato, coffees, full-on restaurants. There's a taco place there, whatever you need. So this is our just little compound here. You can see staging area for the competition. And there you go. Up top there is the harbor and then all the restaurants. So it is really a nice summer vacationing spot. There you go. You can see the pier and maybe the spa out there. I do see people with their robes on. probably getting Swedish massages. I need to get a Swedish massage. And you can see right there across the street, that is actually the tennis complex. It's the biggest tennis complex in Sweden with the most courts. And they actually host a stop of the ATP World Tour, which is the Swedish Open right here in town. Look at all these boaters. That's some fine real estate to be parking your boat there. And I do have to say, anybody that's not been down here or to Sweden, man, everybody's been super nice. Everything's super clean. It's a very cool little town. Some old buildings, cobblestone roads. Very excited to get to come down here and experience it. Need to get in the water myself. I need to run around, get hot, and then jump in the water. The beach has not filled up yet. Right there, that's the restaurant we eat at. The beach hasn't filled up. Yesterday in the afternoon, it was basically filled with people. You got some early risers there setting up their sunbathing spot for the day. They're smart, getting down, securing the spot. Here you go. Look at the rest of the town. I mean, is that not a postcard or what? You could take that picture, freeze frame right now at home. Send that to your friends as a postcard. Lie to them. Be like, I'm in Sweden. So there you go. There's the town of Båstad. Super green grass. I love it. The green grass runs right into the beach. Farms on the hill. So they are, I guess, dealing with the red flag. Our next race will be, I have juniors group A again. So let me, the next, we're almost there. There we go. Masters Group A. Masters Group A. So Masters, and this is, they may run that race over, although I highly doubt it. Now, Masters, in order to be a master, you have to be over 40, which I'm offended by because I am over 40. And I'm a master of nothing. I'm just joking. My point is that these are the guys that are close to retirement, but not too old to shred. Okay? That's where we're at in the Masters. So the Masters is basically just an age class. And our leader of this class in the series is Down Kim from Korea. He's actually leading the points in the series for the Masters class. And he is the only double class rider. He rides that and stock. Nobody else is riding more than one class here, other than maybe some of the juniors. But I'm not even 100% sure. I think the name repeats as father and son. So like Kostaleski, his dad is also racing, which is cool in itself, right? Very cool. Father and son can come out here and compete. I see we got the course marshals / EMTs heading out there. Hopefully everybody's all right. They're heading back to their ski. All right, I was wrong. We have stock category, Group A, not Masters. Let me get to the stock. I have lots of papers. Going to the stock class.
and Lorenzo Tanda from Italy. Guys, please get ready. It will be in something like 5 minutes, and you can go to the water in that time.
All right, in the stock class, we have Mi-sung Kim in first, wearing the number 1 shorts from Korea. Wearing the number 2 shorts, we have Hassan Bobas from Kuwait. Wearing the number 3 shorts, we have Timothy Zubor from Slovakia. Wearing the number 4 shorts, we have Jan Travnicek from the Czech Republic. And wearing the 5th shorts, Ayrton Aboli from Mexico. Wearing the number 6, Vladimir Endel from the Czech Republic. 7th, Adam Fisek from the Czech Republic. Denis Diselek from the Czech Republic. And Lorenzo Tanda from Italy. Changing it up. Italy's in the mix. So Mi-sung Kim is actually our defending world champion. And he is still leading the points here this year. He's definitely the man to be reckoned with in the stock class. And the stock class, everybody has to buy the same engine. So everybody's completely even. And actually the first 5 guys in points, they show up here with no motor in their surfboard. And they actually draw numbers. So there's a bunch of motors numbered, and they'll actually draw their numbers, and that's what engine they get. So, I mean, you can't get any more fair than that as far as motor-wise. All right, we got some more people out here. Maybe some riders' girlfriends there coming down to watch their bays compete. Yeah, those look like MotoSurf girlfriends. I'm going to say down at the end there. I'm just making stuff up. Maybe they're not. It's a good guess, I feel like. So this is one of the premier classes here. I know it's called stock, but that only has to do with the board. The riders are not stock. They work out. There's no illegal modifications, as far as I know, to the riders themselves. But they're in shape. They work out. They're making sure that they have the endurance to handle the how many laps. I don't have that on this list. I'm assuming they're going to do like 8 laps. That's typically what the higher classes go. They do also have to take 2 long laps. So basically every class takes 2 long laps. So, and that's just to mix it up a little bit, make you think while you're out there. You got to remember, oh yeah, I got to take the long lap. Which I bet if you get into a battle, it would be very easy to forget. Very easy to forget about the long laps. You can see the breeze there, which is very comfortable unless you're trying to ride something. There you go, the Swedish flags flapping in the breeze. Like I said, it's keeping our booth cool. My little viewing TV has been spinning around here though, so we're all dealing with things. The Swedes are dealing with this perfect weather and all their gelato and delicious coffee. Like, what a terrible, it must be hard deal with all this. A lot of electric surfboards here. Not surfboards, electric skateboards. We got powered boards on land and water. There's one of our camera guys getting the shot, listening in his headphones for directions. These are the guys getting you all your shots. The wind is definitely picking up at the moment. I can tell you that much. You might be able to hear my tent flapping in the breeze behind me. Like I said, it feels good though. As long as you're not worried about your stuff getting blown away, then it's nice, the breeze. There we go. Yeah, so I am told you guys can hear our flapping. So these riders are dealing with these conditions as well. I don't know if that's, I'm sure they're not waiting for wind over there. Stock class coming up. So I was told further out, like we're in the bay here, or in the harbor, and I heard like further out, people are actually surfing, regular surfing, no engines. Which I'm like, how many waves could you catch if you had an engine? Huh? All of them. I'm gonna do that. That would be, I feel like, cheating, but then maybe I could catch a wave on a surfboard if I had a motor. Losing papers here, all kinds of stuff. So everybody's down here on vacation. Luckily, they got a little mid-week entertainment with MotoSurf World Championship here in Båstad. This is the first repeat venue. I don't know if this is the first venue they were like, we like this one so much we want to go back, which I wouldn't disagree with because, like I said, town's super cool. It's a really cool town. There's lots of things to see and do. Very clean. Streets are awesome. All cobblestone, at least down here by the water. There's no potholes. Something I'm used to seeing, potholes all the time. No potholes here, guys. It's amazing. Now here we go, stock class coming out, getting their warm-up lap in. We already got somebody in the water. I imagine it's kind of difficult to see when somebody falls right in front of you, because then they just got like a helmet sticking out of the water. You gotta make sure you don't run them over. So somebody down, nobody ran them over, so we're good. No more red flags at the moment. So they're also going to go around, line up for their practice start, I believe, unless the grown-ups don't do practice starts, which could happen as well. So the one to watch in this race is going to be Mi-sung Kim, our defending world champion, current points leader. There he is right there. That's the man to watch, man to beat. He's even got 01 on his jersey. That's what you are allowed to do when you're a world champion. You can put a 1 on your jersey. Or 01, like the General Lee, dare I say? Do we think he's familiar with the General Lee in Korea? Probably not. That's my guess. We have an international crowd. Maybe nobody even knows what General A is. But it had 01 on it. So here we go. Mi-sung Kim out there with his hand up. He's like, I'm number 1 position on the starting grid here. Number 2, Hassan Bobas is like, I'm also here. And towards the front of the starting grid. So that's going to be your battle. I'm guessing Hassan Bobas, he had a really good heat yesterday. And Mi-sung Kim, who was, oh, that wasn't him. I was like, who's out there getting freestyle? So I did talk to Martin, the director of the MotoSurf World Tour, World Championship, and he said there are, I was like, how long till we have freestyle at these events? And he said there's already guys that can do backflips. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it wasn't going to be that long. Just because yesterday during practice in the heats when people are riding around, they end up hopping and stuff. And I'm like, I already see it. We're going freestyle. Let people ride something, and eventually they're going to have to do tricks on it. That's just how it goes. It's human nature. I don't know why we evolved like that, but that's what it is. All right, here we go. Now we're going to find out if this is just a practice lap or if the adults don't get practice. We got number 1 and 2 out there breaking away from the pack a little bit already. That's Mi-sung Kim and Hassan Bobas out in the front. Once again, Mi-sung, the guy to watch, doesn't make mistakes. Look at how fluid he is. Turns are perfect, no extra movements. Let's see when they get back together on the split. He opened his lead up in that little chicane area. Like I've said before, that basically those little chicanes right in front of our booth here is the tight part of the course. So there you go. That was just a practice start. They are going to line back up and go for it again. I've just been joined by the man himself. I was just mentioning him. Martin, what's going on? How are you today?
Hello and very good morning from beautiful, glorious sunshine, Sweden.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. The perfect temperature, right? Not too hot, not too cold. We're like right in the sweet spot.
It seems like we have a very ideal conditions for the MotoSurf racing today. Let's see the wind, because this could be quite tricky potentially for the MotoSurfers because the wind can change the conditions. But so far we are in a perfect weather setup. So I think the racers will enjoy the set of the heats.
Yeah, the wind, when it doesn't mess the water up, is just like a reprieve from the heat. Although, like I said, 72 is about perfect. But yesterday we did have the wind going the opposite way. It was going onshore, and it was creating much bigger waves than it is today. Today the wind's going from the shore out, and it doesn't seem to be making waves quite as bad. So hopefully that continues throughout the day.
Yeah, I think for today we should be quite fine. As I've seen the forecast, it should be all right, and we should have very good conditions for the MotoSurf racing. I'm a bit worried about tomorrow because we should have some more wind coming from the west side, which will create some more waves, and this could be quite tricky. But what is going on right now on the screen? It seems like we have the heat underway, and we have the stock class and the stock R going for the first points of the Swedish GP.
Yep, we got Mi-sung Kim out front coming into this little chicane here. This is really the hard part of the course here where it gets really tight right in front of us. And whoever can navigate those quick turns the best seems to be faring very well. Oh no, Mi-sung goes down. All right, so now he's going to have to put a charge.
The leader of the session and the current leader of the World Championship, Mi-sung Kim, the reigning world champion from the stock class representing South Korea, went down in the split, and this will be quite a tricky part and a tricky section for everybody in the MotoSurf racing field. And it seems like we have Timotej Zubor leading the way. We have the pretty international field in this session so far. It's Min Sung Kim from South Korea, Hassan Babas from Kuwait, Timotej Jubor from Slovakia, Jan Travnicek from Czech Republic, Artur Neboli from Mexico, Vladimir Angel from Czech Republic, Adam Ficek and Denis Dusilek both from the Czech Republic, and Lorenzo Tanda representing Italy.
Right now leading Hassan Bobas, got himself a good little lead, stretching it out, just got to make sure he stays consistent and don't make any mistakes.
We have Hassan Babas from Kuwait leading the way. I think Hassan is on really, he is in charge. After the last race in Jeddah where he won a couple of heats, he is in a great shape and he will definitely want to come back on the podium. He's super motivated, the Kuwaiti who won the opening GP in 2022, so he already knows the taste of the golden medal of winning the GP, so he will definitely want to come back.
Yeah, and he looked really good yesterday, doing really good in his first heat. So let's see, so we have Hassan Bobas in first, we have Timotej Zubar in second, and Ayrton Eboli in third. That's our top three running positions. Everybody's staying pretty tight. First two cannot make a mistake or they're going to have some company. Hassan's out there putting in his laps. There you go, crossing the finish line. Remember, everybody has to go for 2 long laps, so we got to make sure everybody gets their 2 long laps out of the way. There you go. Great shot of the racers and the harbor. Like we said, you can see the wind there, but the waves are not getting too big yet. So we're just worried about racing each other.
So Hassan Babas, he will definitely be motivated to score the super important 18 points, especially when his rival in the championship, Min Sung Kim, faced the trouble with the crash, and Min Sung Kim will try to bounce back in this session to score some important points. But Hassan Babas, Timotej Jubor and Artur Eboli, these are the 3 racers representing Kuwait, Slovakia and Mexico are now in the top 3.
Yeah, Misong is in 7th, so he's passed 2 people so far. And again, they do have a throwaway, so he doesn't necessarily need to get up front there in this one to still have a chance at the final.
Yeah, we'll just put a bit of more pressure on him because there is the 1 drop of the heat with the lowest scoring position. But having that from the heat number 1, then it puts a bit of more pressure on the rest of the heats. So he will need to perform, he will need to deliver, and he will need to collect all the points to make it to the finals. I don't think he would have any troubles to get into the finals, but of course every point counts, and especially this year there's only 1 finals. There's no multiplication of points in the finals, so everything is pretty much tied on the point scoring, so every single point will be super important.
So what you're saying is Misong is still hammered down trying to get to the front?
Oh yeah, definitely yes, and I wouldn't still rule him out because the race is long and anything can happen, and I'm pretty sure that Min Sung will find a good strategy even for the long laps, and he will be able to make up some positions to be in the front again.
So we've actually had a leader change. Adam Ficek has moved into the lead around Hassan Bobas. So they must have been off camera. I don't know if Hassan had any type of issue or if Adam just found a way around him.
Yeah, Adam Ficek is one of these promising talents racing in the stock R class, and he's definitely super fast, and the progress he's made throughout the last 2 years is just very impressive. And in the long laps we can see the change on the lead again, and as Hassan Babas is taking over the leading charge and the leading position in that heat.
So the stock R's are running with the stock class, but they're in a different division.
They are in a different classification. Then they go together for the heats, and then for the finals they form a separate group, and the finals are held for the stock class separately.
Well, it looks like we need to get rid of the R after Adam Ficek. He's in second of all the stocks in this heat, so he's definitely figuring it out and making it happen.
He's definitely one of these that will be aspirating for making the step into the stock class anytime soon, because he's been collecting podiums, he's been delivering super good results and super fast lap times, so he will be one of these making this step ahead into the adult classes very soon. And there's Hassan Boabas in the lead, followed very closely.
He's very happy.
By Jan Travnicek and Adam Ficek, so this is not over yet, and I don't think it will be, quite enough time, because the checker flag is out and Hassan Boabas wins the heat number 1, and this guy knows how to celebrate, so I think that we will see something spectacular on the screen.
He was fist pumping 3 buoys early, so he was definitely excited about it and ready to go.
Yeah, he is a great support in his home country, the Kuwait. Kuwait is super enthusiastic about MotoSurf, and Hassan, as we spoke before, he delivered a couple of the podium finishes already, and he was the first ever Kuwaiti to finish on the podium. So everybody knows Hassan Boabas in Kuwait, and he will be definitely very happy to make also the Kuwaiti fans happy back at home.
Awesome. Yeah, truly international event here. It's very cool to see all these countries coming together and competing in MotoSurf.
Yeah, we had South Korea, we had Kuwait, we had Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Mexico and Italy competing in this session. And eventually it was Kuwait taking the first place, represented by Hassan Boabas, who will be definitely on the charge for the podium this racing weekend. And it's great to see Hassan back in a great shape, in a great form. So Hassan Boabas took the first place from Jan Travnicek from Czech Republic. Eventually Denis Dusilek won the Stock R class division. We had Min Sung Kim making it back into 4th place. Timotej Žuber from Slovakia finished 5th. Adam Ficek finished 6th as the 2nd fastest rookie. The 7th finished Vladimir Andel from Czech Republic. Artur Nebuli from Mexico finished 8th. And Lorenzo Tanda from Italy closed the top 9 in this session.
So in this class then, Mi Sung actually got 3rd.
He got 3rd.
Because there was a stock R guy in front of him. So he actually worked his way up into 3rd place. So yeah, not bad for falling down.
Not bad for Mi Sung, because he's always fast enough, to make his way back on the top, and we saw it yesterday in the qualification. He was super fast. He's always super consistent, and he's always in there on top, and it's always super interesting to see also the battles he holds with Down Kim and Anthony Squire for the stock class podium and for the stock class victory.
Yeah, those are the 3, right? They kind of are a little bit above the other guys and kind of break away and are always end up battling each other.
Yeah, I think it will be super tight also in the finals tomorrow. The stock class, Down Kim will be super keen on getting that podium. Min Sung Kim will definitely want to maintain his position in the championship. And Anthony Squire from the United States is also super motivated to be on that podium.
Yeah, all 3 of those guys experienced and talented and definitely going for the wins. So that's the stock class is actually one of the most exciting ones because of those 3 guys battling and exchanging wins.
Yeah, the stock class is very special in terms of the technical rules as well, because the top 5 in the championship, they compete on the sealed and drawn engines. So none of these 5 riders, they never know what engine they will get until they come here and they draw their number for the whole racing weekend. So they are all equal, they all have the same board, so it's just about the racer, it's all about the physical fitness, it's all about the strategies, it's all about their performance, what they can make to the race. And yeah, I think it will be super interesting to see.
Yep, so in this heat, Group B, we have Damian Kodlek from the Czech Republic. We have Anthony Squire from the U.S. wearing the number 2 shorts. Wearing the number 3, we have Jacob Kozan from the Czech Republic as well. Wearing the number 4 shorts, we have Adam Hedberg from Sweden. I'm sure the local fans are excited about that. We also have Hannes Hettelberg from Sweden as well. Alexander Strom from Sweden. This is the most Swedes we have in any class.
There's
is
a
right
very,
here.
very strong Swedish presence. So this is great to see the home racers racing for the glory in Båstad.
And then in the stock R class, wearing number 7 shorts, we have Faraz Ramadan from Kuwait. We have
Bacharasak Jantor from Thailand. The
thank you
super,
for saving
super
me
Italian.
there. And Denis Kolik from the Czech Republic as well.
So we will see Czech Republic, United States, Sweden, Kuwait, Thailand fighting for that points in this group. We see Jacob Kozon just in front of the commentator tent making his warm-up in front of Hannes Holberg representing Sweden, so the home racer. And of course, wearing the shorts number 1, Damian Kadlec. Damian Kadlec was super fast in the season opener in Fujairah in Arab Emirates. So was his father, Dominic Kadlec, in the elite class, fighting for the Brinks Cup this year. Dominic Kadlec and Damian Kadlec, these are the super fast brothers taking the podium finishes in the stock class and in elite class. So I'm sure Dominic Kadlec and his whole family that are all here in Båstad will be cheering for him, and will be very happy to see both of the guys fighting for the podium.
Yep, very exciting. And again, so I was talking about that early. How many people ride double classes?
Well, we had like 2 or 3 racers that race the double classes. One of them, and the very significant character with a very significant impact on the MotoSurf community is Down Kim, the 2022 stock class world champion. He is competing in the Masters class as well as the stock class, and he's still able to be fighting for the podiums. I think that we will see Down Kim in Group C, which will be following after the Group B, what we are seeing right now. So
we do have a good group of people in the stock class, having 3 heats.
And so we have the first practice start underway. It feels like everything went pretty smooth there. It's Damian Kadlec leading the way, was able to coordinate the whole group, and he was able to set up the ideal pace for the start.
I was going to say everybody got through clean, but I thought that too soon.
We had a faller in the split section.
Just doing some practice getting up on his board fast. That's all.
It's good to warm up your body before you hit the heat and before the session is started. We saw Adam Hedberg trying to figure out his pace for the split, but he fell. So he will definitely try to figure out, the best pace and the best speed and the best rhythm to make it safely through.
Yeah, that's basically the technical part of the track. It's a little bit tighter. You really got to have your turns down in order to get through there smoothly without making any extra movements or turns. So, and that's right in front of our announcer's booth here. So there you go. You got number 1, Damian Kadlec with his hand up. He is the leader of the starting positions. He would be gate number 1, I guess technically. Now here we go. We're getting everybody in the position, and we're waiting on the official to give us the green flag, meaning the race is on.
So the green flag is in the air. Let's see when this will be started. And the green flag goes down, and we have the Group B Heat 1 of the stock class underway. We see Damian Kadlec leading the way, wearing the shorts number 1, followed by Anthony Squire from United States.
Anthony Squire was full tuck on that first straightaway. There we go. Anthony goes right, and Damian goes left in the split. Let's see how they come out.
It seems like Damian Kadlec and Jakub Kozon will be the first and second place. Anthony Squire might exit the split in third. So we have Czech Republic, and United States of America in the first 3 positions.
Yeah, I do think the left side split, I feel like everybody's been favoring that one, and they seem to get out ahead of people on the right side.
It seems like for the goofy position racers, the left split might be a little bit faster. But I spoke to the OOD of the race of the race direction, and Peter Prevaznik told me that they did the time measure on the split, and there is only 0.1 second difference on the same racer. So they should be pretty much equal. I think it's more about the feeling. It's more about the rhythm on the course, and it just feels better for some of the racers. We see Anthony Squire now taking over the lead. So the number 2 shorts representing the United States, Anthony Squire, is now leading the way in this heat.
But our number 1 and number 2, Damien and Jacob, both took their long lap. So I think that's probably why Anthony has moved himself up at the moment.
I think there was a reason they tried to make the strategical moves on the very early stages of the race. They just saw some clean space. Let's see if it was a good decision or not. Anthony Squire is always a little bit more patient about taking his long laps. So let's see how this works for him.
There you go. So that's now we got some strategy playing out here. We're going to see when Anthony decides to take his long lap versus second and third places who already have 1 long lap out of the way. And you have to take 2 during your races. So
we just saw Adam Hedberg, the home racer from Sweden, having some issues in the split, but we have Anthony Squire on the right side of the split, and he definitely doesn't want to take the long lap for now because he has all the clear way ahead of him. So I think that he will be a little bit more patient, and he will definitely choose the way to ride for the long lap in the later stages of the race. When
maybe he reels some of the people that are going a lap down, that way it's kind of like he doesn't have to follow them through the course.
Exactly. I think he will try to exploit his position of being the leader of the group and try to build on his pace. And as soon as he gets to the racers from the 1 lap behind, he will definitely decide for one of the long laps.
Vacherak moving into 3rd place, followed by Damien Kodlek and Hannes Huddleberg.
Yeah, Vacherak Janton is one of these very promising talents in the stock car class. I think that we will see him very soon fighting on top in the stock class as well, because he's won a couple of the podiums already, and he was pretty much in the World Championship contention in the stock car class. So he will be one of these following Adam Fitzek.
So our leader just took the long lap, and let's see if he can get back around here still in the lead, or if he gets overtaken during his long lap.
So we have Damian Cutlets in the lead again, and we have Anthony Squire in the second. So Damian Cutlets was able to retake the leading position, and we should have Anthony Squire on the 2nd place right now.
And remember, Damien also has to do his 2nd long lap as well. So both of these guys still have another long lap left.
Let's see the Stock R class standings for now. We have Vacherak Janton leading the way from the Stock R, followed by Ramadan Fares from Kuwait, being the 2nd fastest Stock R racer, and Denis Kulik from Czech Republic is currently in 3rd.
So there you go. Some of the Stock R guys are doing pretty well, and will definitely be moving up to the Stock class very soon. So basically leading the stock class is Damien Kodlek.
And we see the white flag in the air, which shows us that we have the last lap of the session coming up, and Damian Kodlek will cross the white flag as the leader of the stock class.
From United States of America.
It looks like, is this Anthony coming in front of us? Who do we got here? Number 1 on screen, Damien Kodlek. Anthony Squire is now in the lead at the moment.
That was a bit of the situation for Damian Cutlet, and we have Anthony Squire taking over the lead in this session as he is in the final lap. So let's see if he can maintain the lead, but he needs to go into the long lap. So we might have one more chance, so let's see.
Anthony Squire is on his long lap right now, so I think it looks like he might be getting overtaken by the swap here. Yeah, is that number 1 in front of us? Yep.
And there's somebody in the water, but we have Damian Cutlet crossing by the split section, and he is safely through, and we have the checkered flag in the air, and this is waiting for the winner. And Damian Cutlet crosses the finish line in first place, and he scores all important 18 points for the heat number 1. Anthony Squire finishes second. And Jakub Kozon from Czech Republic crosses the finish line in third.
Very good. That was a good race. There was a lot of changes. This is where the long lap comes in because it definitely changed the complexity of the race there versus everybody just staying on the same track and following one another. So as you can hear, there's a little bit of wind. We are getting a little bit of chop, but it's not getting too bad yet. So hopefully this stays the way it is.
The wind is coming a little bit stronger, so I think for the afternoon sessions we might see a little bit of the change on the conditions of the track. So the rest of the heats will not be on the flat water at all, and it will be very interesting to see how this can potentially affect the performances of the racers in the classes. But here is the final results. Seeing Damian Cutlet on the first place, Anthony Squire finished second, Jakub Kozon from Czech Republic made it to third. The fourth place and the fastest rookie of the session, Wachara Sakjator from Thailand. Home racer Hannes Holberg from Sweden finished fifth. Fares Ramadan finished sixth as the second fastest rookie. Dennis Kolik in seventh, Adam Hedberg in eighth, and Alexander Ström from Sweden closed the top 9 of the standings of this heat.
So next we have Group C of Heat 1 for the stock class.
So the Group C, there will be Dawn Kim from South Korea, Adam Janošek, Czech Republic, Alexander Lanner, another Swedish racer in front of the home crowd. Then Miroslav Skops from Czech Republic, Efe Gursoy from Turkey, Mike Michailidis from Cyprus, and David Krička from Czech Republic.
And Mike and David are in the stock R class. So we got everybody mixed in, which I think is good for the stock R guys because then they at least get to see the pace and everything of the stock class before they have to jump in there and actually compete with them.
Exactly. It's very important to get used to the feeling of racing against the adult racers and to be part of these faster groups, let's say, and to get used to the pace and into the whole race organization, which will definitely help them to make the step up in the future.
Yeah, and a lot of guys now know where they are a little bit in that class, so it's not totally going in there blind. You know, they get to actually do the starts and laps with everybody, but they're still, you know, competing in their own class. So it's kind of good. It gives them a reference for when they move up, they know about where they can
exactly.
be.
And you know some of your competitors already, so so you know who to focus on, you know who to challenge, who might be your point of reference. So it's definitely a good setup for giving this young racers the opportunity to race against the adults.
Yeah, and even just how the guys ride, because you know who's going to crowd you in a turn and who's not. So it's definitely lots of good experience for those guys and gals.
We spoke about Dawn Kim several times throughout the last 2 days of racing, and we will see Dawn Kim in action for the stock class. We saw him yesterday in the Masters, where he was kind of unbeatable. He had opened a very comfortable gap in the lead. And can we expect the same thing in the stock class? I think we can.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to see if Dawn Kim has another flawless race, or if anybody's able to step up and make them work for it. Right now we got the rocks in the bay here, some birds hanging out, fishing. They're just trying to get breakfast. That's all. And we got this woman on the beach here. She's calling home. She's like, dude, I'm watching MotoSurf. It's awesome. You should be here. We just had gelato over at one of these stands, and I'm about to get a coffee.
It's great to have some of the spectators on the stone as well, so we get the nature involved in MotoSurf racing as well.
Yup, it's a great atmosphere down here. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's super nice in this area of the world. And like I said, the coffee, you almost can't find a bad cup of coffee.
No way to find a bad cup of coffee here in Båstad. It's really a beautiful summer season here. The beautiful weather conditions and beautiful events happening here in Båstad. It was a couple of tennis tournaments. There was a festival with classic cars. Now MotoSurf is coming up. In the upcoming weeks there will be also some other events combining sports and culture. And yeah, it's just a great place to visit. It's just a great place to be.
So what you're saying is there's events here in Båstad all summer long. So people can come here, enjoy the beach, and, you know, just, my wife likes to sit on the beach all day, and eventually I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I need to go somewhere. And here there's plenty of other things for you to do.
So then the Båstad might be the ideal place for you, because some of you can stay on the beach enjoying enjoying the sea and enjoying the water. Then in the meantime, those who like a bit of the activity, you can go play tennis, you can go play paddle tennis, you can enjoy any of the water sports activities like the paddle boarding. I heard also the MotoSurf was on in the month of July, so there's plenty of activities what can be done in the summer period here in Båstad.
Yeah, this is about as perfect as a paddleboard area as you can get. It's pretty chill. We don't have big waves or anything, and you can ride it from that farm over there on over to the shops and hang out, get something to eat.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with racing action in a few moments.
And we still haven't mentioned how beautiful the accommodations are all over the area of Båstad. If it's the hotels, if it's the Airbnbs, if it's whatever, it's always perfectly prepared, super nice, with beautiful views. You can enjoy beautiful sunsets here. You know, it's just all the best, and it's just all the compliments about Båstad.
Yeah, the Airbnb I'm in has a nice little yard. There's actually even a zip line in the back, which I have not tried yet. I need to. And yeah, there's like soccer balls in the yard, so you could play soccer. There's a trampoline, there's zip lines, and there's little gardens. So I like to get done from here, go back there and sit in the backyard and just relax after a long day of MotoSurf talking.
It's just a beautiful, it's just a beautiful setup, you know, with all these possibilities. And by the way, on that day, today, the 7th of August, we have exactly the 1 year to go for the World Games in Chengdu, where MotoSurf is now getting listed and where the MotoSurf racers are getting qualified this year.
Amazing. And you said that that is the only motorized event in the whole World Games.
It will be the only motorized discipline on the program of the World Games. It will combine the competition of the combustion engines and of electric engines, but the combustion engines will be driven by the very special type of the green fuel. It's called biological fluid made with none of the fossil input into that fuel. So it will be very green. It will be something as is considered as the alternative fuel, and it will be promoted on the program of the World Games, which is just fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah. So I wonder how much modifications or changes at all the jetting or anything with the motors with the different fuel.
It's all about the fuel mapping so far. What we've seen that it just about a bit of the electronics modifications. What need to be done to run the biofuel in the correct way. And there's even a little bit of the performance increase on the engine, which is very interesting because normally you would expect that having the conventional fuel, it might give a bit of the more power, but it is the other way around, which is great news.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder, I do know that octane is the resistancy to combust.
Hmm.
So maybe there's more octane in that fuel that they're making.
There is definitely a bit of more of the octane, and there is also way more content of oxygen in that fuel, so it gives
That makes a
a
lot of
very
sense.
very high performance. Of course, the degradation of the fuel is way higher compared to the standard fuel, but it's something what can be handled, and the initial feeling from riding the board running on the biofuel, it's just amazing. We held a test with the 6 times world champion Lukas Zahorsky, and he was truly amazed, and he was really impressed by the level of the performance of the biofuel.
So is that available everywhere? Is that something you guys might think about switching to for all events, or it's too hard to acquire in some countries?
This is the plan for now. We have a very we have the minority mixture of, and we have the minority content of the biofuel in our fuels. And for the future, we definitely want to switch it to the 100% content of all the biofuels. And we are hoping to introduce it in the 100% content from 2025 and beyond.
Awesome, very good. Making, changing, keeping the combustion engine, which people, are kind of partial to, but still making progress in the way of making it run cleaner.
Yeah, we love to keep the combustion engines in the game because of many reasons. Like we spoke before, the difficulty with traveling is not that high, especially with the motorized surfboard, because it is a very compact craft and a super lightweight craft. So using the biological fuels with the very low emission impact, basically with the zero emission impact, then will open new possibilities for keeping the combustion engines in the game.
It's true. If you can be like, hey, we're not as disruptive to the environment as you think with our engines, can give us some more longevity in them, right? So now people aren't as mad about, bringing them into the water.
Exactly, that's the plan, and also the thing what we try to promote and what we want to say is, and it's a very important message, by the way, that using MotoSurf board with the sealed fuel tanks, with all kind of prevention of any of the oil or the fuel leakage, it actually helps the water ecosystems to get more oxygen into the whole water ecosystem, to also increase the lifetime of all the fauna and flora in these waters.
Yeah, I never thought of that. But I also, now that you've said that, I have not seen, which typically you'll see with boats or something, you'll see the oil spots in the water, and I haven't seen any of that here. Everything's very, like you said, self-contained. I have seen some of the mechanics with the fuel tanks, to put them into the board. So they even fill the tanks out of the water on like a desk and then carry it over the board and mount it back up.
Yeah, we truly care about the environment, and we truly care about the safety. So all the boards are filled on the shore in the special design areas. So it's super easy to remove the fuel tank out of the board and to go into the area for the refuel. So I would say that MotoSurf is very dedicated,
Conscious.
and we are aware of all the challenges regarding the environment, and we try to do all the possible steps and all the efforts to be one of the cleanest motorsports in the world.
That's great. And that'll make sure that, like you said, with even the World Games, people are cool with the sport and they don't see it as invasive or anything like that, I do know that we have another development with the elite class, right? The elite class championship is now going to be called the Brinks Cup. So everybody that's competing in the elite class is very excited about the addition of the Brinks Cup.
They love the challenge, the elite class. These are the best of the best. There's a lot of testosterone in this class, and there is a lot of motivation, and bringing one more point of motivation of calling the class the Brinks Cup, and having one more goal to reach is a great motivation. I had a meeting with all the elite class racers this morning, speaking about the Brinks Cup and speaking about it, and they are super excited for this opportunity and for this potential trophy what they can get at the end of the season.
Well, so that's it's twofold, right? It's the Brinks Cup is cool. They're coming in, they're sponsoring the tour, but also it's a live streaming service, so you're giving all the racers more exposure as well.
Yeah, I told them, look, guys, you are the best of the best, and now you have the platform where you can show it. So show the world, what you can do, because you can do really a lot, and the things what you're doing on the water are just truly impressive. So now we have the great platform where we can showcase everything we have. So just go for it and have fun.
Yeah, it's definitely, the sport seems to be expanding pretty quick with being involved in the World Games, and Brinks coming on board as well. So it's very cool to see. And yeah, I mean, just like any other sports, these guys are athletes. Guys and girls are athletes, and they are focusing on their craft to get better and be the best they can be.
Well, yeah, of course, the MotoSurf itself, it combines many of the motor sports and some of the athletic disciplines. So you can feel a bit of motocross when you're riding the MotoSurf. You feel a bit of snowboarding. You see a bit of surfing, and the skiers are super successful on the MotoSurf board. So we have a couple of racers that in the off-season period and in the winter they race in the skiing clubs. We have a couple of triathlon athletes. We have a couple of the motocross racers. We have many different sports that are around MotoSurf as well. We are even forming a team for running, because I run quite a bit myself, and some of the racers we challenge each other. So we are creating a MotoSurf team for running for the off-season period. But
Awesome.
we have the green flag is down, and we have Adam Janošek and Down Kim in the lead of this group. It was, of course, the practice start, as we are used to it, before the heat number one of each of the classes.
All right, here we go, going into the split. Down Kim takes the right side of the split, and Adam Josinek takes the left side. So let's see how they come out here when they merge. Look at that. Down Kim already has a lead. Looking back. Oh, that was their practice start. I was going to say. He's definitely looking around a lot. We got number 3 here, might be having a boat issue. I'm not really sure what's going on. For Alexander Lanier.
He's on his home spot, and Alex had.
We hear the crowd cheering for Alexander. He is very famous within the Swedish crowd because he is the home racer. He's also based in Båstad in the summer period.
So these are his practice waters as well. He knows the water very well.
So he knows the place as nobody else in this field.
The thing is, like I was saying earlier, like it is water though, so everything's changing. So it's not like maybe motocross, you learn the track and the soil conditions. For MotoSurf, the water, the winds, everything changes. So you're definitely dealing with a different set of circumstances every time you come out. So it is definitely advantage. He feels at home, maybe slept in his own bed, but still have to deal with the water conditions at the time of the race. So here we go, they're lining back up for their real start. Green flag is up, and they are off. Everybody's full tuck, trying to get as small as possible, no wind resistance. Down Kim coming around, keeping his line nice and tight, going the shortest distance possible.
It's just unbelievable how comfortable he feels in the super tight split and how fast he actually is. How he can change the direction on the board, he is truly impressive in this. And this is the section where I think Down Kim will be very strong at, and where he will build most of his advantage over all the other racers.
So number 1 and 2, Down Kim and Adam Josinek out front. Adam's really trying to keep the pressure on Down Kim, see if he can make him make an uncharacteristic mistake.
I'm sure Adam Janoschek knows exactly how fast Down Kim is, and that it will be super important to keep the pace with him straight from the beginning, because Down Kim is well known for his speed on the lap time, but also for the super strong consistency, and he will be super consistent throughout the session, so it will be very important to keep the pace with him from the very beginning.
So for Adam, even it's maybe a little bit of learning what the leader, what Down Kim is doing, and his pace and his lines.
Exactly. Down Kim is a real master in the racing lines.
Oh no!
We have Alexander Lanner following the top two, and he falls down in the split on his backside. So Alexander Lanner is in the water. So is Mike Michaelis from Cyprus, who was trying to avoid Alexander Lanner, and he ended up in the water as well. But both riders are back on their boards, and they will be trying to chase back for the top 3 positions. But in the meantime, we have Down Kim from South Korea representing the Rocket Racing, leading the way in the Group C of the Heat 1 of the stock class.
Not having any problems, like you said, very consistent. He does need to remember to make his 2 long laps. So I do know that Alexander Lanner had a little bit of an issue. He did lose his goggles when he went down, so he definitely lost a lot of time. Scoreboard shows he's still in 4th, so that's good. He's still close to the podium. He's actually in 3rd because in front of him is Michael Micheladas, who is in the Stock R class.
Yeah, Mike Michaelis, he had the fall, avoiding Alexander Lanner, so he had a bit of a crash, but he was quite fast to be back on the board, and he's now chasing the field down, and so Down Kim and Adam Janoschek are quite comfortably in the top 2 spots. And let's see Alexander Lanner how he can handle the disadvantage from the fall, but it seems like he is in the water again.
The same exact spot. So maybe he needs to take the right side of the split. But it's basically that same buoy he's having an issue with. Hopefully he can work that out for the rest of the day.
So back to the lead, we have Down Kim still controlling the pace, and Adam Janoschek is on his back.
Yeah, he's keeping him in sight.
So Down Kim obviously is trying to open some gap over Adam, but he's riding in a great rhythm. So I don't think it will be that easy for Down Kim to over any kind of the gap over Adam Janoschek.
Maybe Adam's figuring it out a little bit. And like we said, he's following him right now, trying to pick up whatever he can. Some little nuggets of technique or inspiration or line choice.
And anything can happen. We will get into the stage of the race where the leading pack of the racers will get behind the slower racers from the 1 lap behind, and this can also shake up the whole positions. And we see that happening right now. We see Down Kim going for the long lap. So is Adam Janoschek, and because of the slower racers from the 1 lap behind, Adam Janoschek was able to close the gap. So we have Down Kim and Adam Janoschek on the 1st and 2nd place, fighting board on board right now.
You can see Adam's line choice. He's a little bit further away from the buoys, which I think is maybe just causing him to have to travel a little bit bigger distance. So I think that's why Down Kim is just slowly working his way, to a bigger and bigger lead, just because he keeps his lines so perfectly tight to the buoys.
He keeps it tight at the same time. Adam Janoschek is a little bit wider and a little bit faster. So let's see if this tactics and if this line choices will help. When we see the white flag in the air, that means the last lap of the session. So let's see if Adam Janaszek can keep up the pace. But it seems like Down Kim is a little bit faster at the stages of the race. This is the truly exceptional performance by him, and a truly respectable physical fitness from Down Kim, because he's able to keep the pace until the very last moment of the session.
Yeah, I was going to say that's this is where conditioning comes into play, right? Like, basically, if you're starting to fatigue, that's when you're going to start making a little bit of mistakes. And if you're the first two who are so close, those little mistakes can mean the difference between first and second.
And there was a little bit of situation for Down Kim because he had a folder in his way, and Adam Janaszek, trying to avoid the guy in the water, was also in a difficult situation, and he fell down on the backside. So Down Kim will cross the finish line in the first place, winning this heat, and Adam Janaszek will finish second even after a fall on the left side of the split in the very last lap. But he managed to be on the board very, very quick. So he just jumped back, and he was still able to get the second place.
And he was still able to see Down Kim for most of the race. So you have to assume that he's learning something just by being there and learning, you know, even if it's just confidence in him being like, oh, I can hold this pace for the whole race. He was right there. All I need is a little bit more.
Yeah, we see the final results of this heat. So we see Down Kim in the first place, Adam Janaszek in second. Alexander Lanner from Sweden eventually made it to third, which is a great performance by him. Mike Michaelis from Cyprus is the fastest stock R class, the fastest rookie, with Efe Gurso in fifth, representing Turkey. Miroslav Kopš finished sixth, and David Krčka in seventh as the second fastest rookie.
Here we go, a little bit of sights, people hanging out. Oh, look at this, we're doing donuts.
Yeah, we see a little bit of the show by Down Kim. This is something what he likes very much, and we like it as well because he can show the spectators a little bit of the MotoSurf show. He's cruising around, we call it donuts, exactly like I said. People love donuts because it looks great in the water, and it's great to see the donuts from the winner of the current session.
All right, so that's going to wrap us up here for a little bit. The race schedule is taking a break, so we're going to be back very shortly with some more heat races for you guys.
So